Is that better? Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective for today. Today is Wednesday. It is August 26, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever doesn't, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Fearless Familiars deck by J. Edward Neal. You can find this at shadowartfinds.com. I actually found a deck on Amazon today, a cute little, I don't know if it was Empath Soul or something like that, but I found a cute little deck and I put it in my cart. And when I went back and I kept scrolling down, J. Edward Neal's decks are on Amazon, just an FYI. I don't know if they're cheaper. I don't know if they're more expensive, but they were on Amazon if you're interested. And I'm pretty sure I saw this one. I saw this one, and then I saw, I think, one of the tarot decks on there. Anywho, you'll have to pardon me. I'm still sick. That's why I didn't do readings last night. I ended up conking out after walking 3 miles on my treadmill. And now I'm tired as hell because I didn't really sleep last night. I took a little nap this morning. I've walked 6 miles so far. I cleaned the litter boxes, put out the trash. Okay, I just have to say, it's disgusting, and I don't even know how it happened. And you guys, when I tell you Bubbles and Homer are like 11 going on 12, I think, and Harley is, I think, 10 going on 11, I think. In all the years that I've had the cats, when I was still married to the ex-husband and we lived together, and not that my ex-husband is slovenly in any way, but he is definitely not as neat and tidy as I am and not as clean, okay? But even when we were together, never ever did we have a trash problem where we had maggots. This morning, when I got up and I was putzing around in the living room, I couldn't sleep. Well, technically, I got up last night, like around 11 o'clock or so. But anyway, I was putzing around, I couldn't sleep. And I fed the cats kind of early. And when I fed the cats and I opened up the trash, because I have like the automatic, it runs on the batteries, and the lid came up, there were little tiny maggots all over the lid, the inside of the lid and the inside of the can and in the garbage bag. And I don't know how that happened. Like literally the first time ever. And I'm assuming it's got to be cat related. Maybe I picked up a piece of poo that was on the floor and I threw it in the trash. Usually, I know this is gross, but usually I have like a little bag in the morning. And like if I get up in the morning and there's like a little stray Homer poop somewhere, because he's got a hairy butt, so poop sticks to his butt and he shakes it off wherever he's at. I pick it up, I clean the floor, the carpet, whatever. I put it in a little bag and then I scoop their litter boxes and I take it out with me and I throw it in a metal container because it's summer, it's hot out. I throw it in a metal container in my garage with a lid and everything so that hopefully no flies get in there, it doesn't get nasty, the stink stays in the can, and it sits in my garage. And then like tonight, when I make sure all my trash is out, I will take all those bags, put them in another bag, and put it out in the trash. Never, ever. I'm assuming it's because of something like that, or maybe the cat food and a fly got in there. I got in the can. I don't know. But it has never happened before. I assume it's cat related. Otherwise, I have no idea what the hell it was that was in there that would have caused me to get maggots. I was just like, ew. And the gross thing was, I just pulled the bag out. There was nothing in the actual metal can. The can is fine. I pulled the bag out. I tightened it up real good. I set it outside. I took the lid off and put it on the counter, and I was spraying it down with some bleach cleaner. Did not kill the maggots, by the way. the maggots had crawled inside the lid because like there's like little holes for like the nails and the, whatever, like how they put the lid together. There's like maggots inside the lid, like falling out of inside the rim of the lid. I was like, yeah, I can't. I just took the lid and I threw it in a garbage bag and I tied it up real good and I set it outside and then I took both the bags out to the trash. I was like, I could not. I could not. And I literally got on Walmart.com and ordered a new trash can and I had it by 8 a.m. I just, I don't understand. I don't understand what happened. The only thing I could think of was is that I had salmon, which I had it like I didn't have it 3 days in a row because I don't think I had it on Sunday, but I had it like I think I had it Friday, Saturday, and Monday, I think. No, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, maybe. Maybe that was it. And I'm thinking maybe when I scraped the stuff off into the garbage can, like the flies got in there and it was the sand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, and I only say the salmon because I hadn't eaten fish in a while, and I realized I had my sealed pieces of salmon in the freezer. I'm like, I should eat these because they've been in there for a couple months. They weren't bad. Like I ate them and they were fine. I didn't get sick. I didn't get a tummy ache. I mean, I got a cold, but that's not the same thing. I don't know. It was so weird. And it grossed me the hell out. We got 3 on the table. Is this a throuple? Uh, is this one person? Because each card is like an energy card, like a person. I mean, I've had it before. It's not like I haven't had it before, but can I get some information? We got 5 on the table. We're gonna do 2 more shuffles. Who are they? Okay, there's a group of people guarding someone. One more shuffle. Last shuffle. Seven on the table. 8 with bottom of the deck. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Bottom of the deck is Evil Eye. And top of the deck is the Adept. Sorry, you can't see it because of my hand. The Adept. Um, there's 4 energies here. There's 4 people guarding someone. Someone like I just heard the word waif. Okay, if you've ever read anything historical, okay, like I used to read historical romance, right? I was an avid romance reader back in the day. I had hundreds of romance novels. It's when I started, I think I was like maybe 12 or 13 when I started. I think I told you guys this before. When I started reading my mom's Harlequin and Silhouette romances, like those little thin romance books that you could buy them at the grocery store. You probably still can. Um, Harlequin used to be really popular, and then they kind of branched out to different brands, like offshoot brands. Um, like there was one that was called like Special Edition or something like that, and then there was Silhouette, and there were a whole bunch of kinds. Anyway, the books were usually anywhere, depending on which one it was, like which style it was, um, anywhere from like 140 pages to like 250 pages. Like they weren't usually crazy long. And then, of course, they also did like novels, like romance novels, sometimes where they had like full, 400, 500 page romance novels that they would put out, that they would produce. But yeah, I used to read romance novels like crazy. And I used to read historical romance. And when I got separated and divorced, I had to donate most of my books. And I kept a few of my favorites. And a few of my favorites are historical romance. And Catherine Coulter, Sandra Brown, um, Catherine Anderson. There's a few others. I probably can't even. Joe Goodman. I don't even think any. I think Catherine Coulter and Sandra Brown still write, but I don't think any of these other romance writers write anymore. Because I went to the Barnes and Noble last week with my dad, and I was looking at the romance section, and none of the books, none of the authors looked familiar to me. None of them. I was like, who are these people? I was like, where is everybody? Diana Palmer? Where is where Debbie Malcolmer? Where is everybody? Um, because they were all popular like in the 90s and the early 2000s, and now it's like 2026. I don't know who the hell's writing anymore. And what I have written so far, my novel is not romance. I mean, there's a little bit of romance in there, right? But it's more like fantasy fiction. And anyway, in historical novels, there used to be a term called like award, kind of like now more like nowadays you would say like award of the state. And it was somebody that was usually orphaned, like they lost their parents. And in historical romance novels, it was usually a feminine, and they would get orphaned, and they would be taken away to be raised by like another family, or like the friend of their father or something like that. And then there would be some kind of big romance where the ward would fall in love with the person that was supposed to watch over them, or they would fall in love with their son, or something like that. A ward. I heard a wave meaning like a thin wispy sort of thing. But a ward could be somebody, I don't know, I guess without a home, maybe, or maybe just displaced. And displaced doesn't have to mean no home. It could be, you could be displaced mentally or emotionally, right? All right, let me here's the thing. Four people are protecting this ward. And someone's not happy about it. Someone is not happy about it. And again, bottom of the deck is Evil Eye. All right, let me show you what we got, because we got 8 with bottom of the deck. We got the Queen, the Novice. Sorry, I'm getting all stuffy. Now I need to blow my nose. I took too much time talking about the romance novels. We got the Conqueror. Once I have to blow my nose, I'm calling it quits, because I'm not doing that on camera, I'm telling you. We've got the Navigator, and I'm telling you, I don't mind taking care of myself when I'm sick, and I've gotten pretty good at it since childhood, right? Um, And yeah, I just said that. But I get sick of myself when I'm sick because I get very whiny, especially now as I'm older. Like, I don't know, I'm just more whiny. I feel like we got the Vanguard. Plus, I was sitting in my room in between walking on the treadmill, pardon me, and doing my leg exercises and my arm lifts and stuff like that. And I looked outside and I'm like, God, why do you make people get sick in the summer? Like, why do you let that happen? Because it's the worst. I couldn't even walk outside this morning because I knew if I went out there it would be too humid and it would make me feel worse. So like I couldn't even walk outside this morning. I had to watch the sunrise from my kitchen. And I wanted to sit outside in the sun this afternoon because it was sunny earlier out on my deck. Now it's kind of moved past the deck. But I couldn't because I knew if I sat out there I would just get even more clogged up out there. Plus I started getting my allergies last week for the fall. I always get fall allergies. The ward. We've got the warrior. And we got fury. Bottom of the deck. Again, bottom of the deck is evil eye. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter, other than the fact that one of these says queen, which still could be a man. Let's just be honest. Take how it resonates. Are they protecting the ward or are they hiding the ward? Because why is the warrior furious? I don't know. Like I don't know if I don't think I've ever gotten this before. I'm looking at this card and I'm looking at these two swords and I keep thinking justice, justice. Is the warrior looking for justice or are they justice? Is the ward being protected by these four people or are they being held captive by these four people? Ooh. Because this warrior, if this ward is being held captive in some type of way, they're being held in bond, right? Like they're being held against their will. And it doesn't have to be physically, it could be mentally, emotionally. This warrior could be sending evil eye towards these four people. See, I'm getting all like stuffy. I gotta blow my nose. Well, now I know I can only go like 20 minutes without blowing my nose. Let me look at that evil eye card. And what was at the top? Top of the deck was the adept. I'm not going to look at anything past that, but sorry, that was disgusting. I was hoping that would clear out the stat. No, it didn't do that. I'm going to take a drink of my electrolyte drink. I think, pardon me, I'm not going to lie. I feel like these four people, these four entities, whatever you want to call them, and I'm just going to be honest, when the first four cards fell out and then the Vanguard and the Ward card fell out, I I was thinking angels. I literally, you guys know, like if you follow, if you subscribe, you guys know I believe in God. I believe in angels. I believe in guides. I believe in spirit animals. I'm pretty sure my cat Pickles, who passed away last year, was my familiar. When she passed, I was absolutely heartbroken. And she was like my little my little general. I always called her. She was always when the ex-husband and I were together, she protected both of us, you know? She was the great protector. She was like the littlest fighter, you know? Like she had such heart. I believe in all that stuff. I believe in angels and guides, and I believe in demons. I've seen demons, you know? I've seen demons in my home, for God's sakes. But I hate to put that on other people because if you don't believe, you don't believe. But those first six cards fell out, I was thinking that they were angels. I'm not gonna lie. That's not to say that this warrior is a demon. I mean, they could be a human sending evil eye at the ward, you know, but they're protected by their angels or protected by God. I mean, it's funny. I was watching the Awakened Empress 333 on TikTok live yesterday. She was doing like a I don't know, she was on there for hours, you guys. Usually she's only on there for like an hour or two a day or every 2 days. She must have been on there for like I don't even know, 4 to 6 hours yesterday because I fell asleep and when I woke up she was still on. And she was I don't even remember exactly what she was talking about, but I said in the comments I said, yeah, they work together, or they did work together. I don't know if they're still together. And I said, I said he thinks he's a warlock, and I had the little emoji face where it was like, you know, where it's like a lopsided like smile, like ha ha ha. And just for context, I'm not referring to the guy I was in love with last year or anybody from work or anything like this. This is something else from my past. But I put that in the comments, like, yeah, he thinks he's a warlock. I, maybe this warrior thinks that there's some type of spiritual dilettante. I don't know. And I really think that they're upset with this ward for some reason. Why are they upset with this ward? And I'm not gonna lie, you know, the ward looks like they're kind of surrounded by fire. You know, they could have done something spicy. They could have done something they weren't supposed to. Um, or that could just be their personality. You know, what is that from? I just heard "Say it ain't so, Joe." Say it ain't so, Joe. What is that? I think a quote from a movie. Is it Pride of the Yankees? Because I feel like I saw it on Seinfeld. I feel like George said a quote, and then him and Jerry were talking about Pride of the Yankees. Is that it? Say it ain't so, Joe. Joe DiMaggio. None of that is relevant. The "Say it ain't so, Joe" is relevant. They're mad at the ward for no reason. Say it ain't so, Joe. I'm picturing like I'm picturing like a man and a woman talking like in the street, almost like noir, like you know, like maybe 30s, 40s, black and white, almost like a Casablanca kind of thing. And the feminine's kind of like in one of those little dress suits with a hat, and she's got kind of like not curly hair, but like like shoulder length hair, kind of wavy. Again, it's black and white, but she's saying something to the gentleman. And he's like in a suit with a long overcoat. She looks like she would have blonde hair or maybe like light brown hair. Or maybe that's just the play of the light. And the guy looks like he has dark hair. Like really dark brown or almost black, or maybe black. But she's saying something to him. And I just keep hearing, say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Maybe he doesn't know why he's mad. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe this ward doesn't know why this warrior's mad. Like, why are you mad at me? Like, what the fuck did I do? Whoever this warrior is with this evil eye from bottom of the deck and the adept from top of the deck, like they've done this before, whether it's on them or they just done it to other people before, but they've sent the evil eye before. And maybe that's why I mentioned warlock. Like maybe this warrior is into witchcraft. Maybe they think they're a warlock of some kind. Some people are into that kind of stuff, but they don't consider themselves witches or warlocks, you know? Like they just consider it like, part of my life, you know? I, the funny thing is I feel like they're sending the evil eye to the four that are protecting the ward because they want to go towards the ward because they're pissed at them for something. Like the cat's got its back up. And like I said with the warrior card, like I keep looking at those swords and it's like justice, justice. Like they're looking for justice. They feel like they deserve justice of some kind from the ward. Like I said, this person could have been up to no good, or again, the fire just represents like their fiery personality, like a Aries uh Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type of vibe, type of person. I think you guys would have to take how that resonates for you because this is not. So originally, I thought maybe this could resonate for me with the guy at work from last year or the ex best friend because well, the ex best friend like she had family and friends that would protect her, like she did. I won't protect her, but I don't think a good friend protects you from yourself, especially when you're that nasty. Like you need to see yourself and you need to figure out how to heal, and I would tell you that. But those 4 to 10 people that I know that would protect her would not do that. They would just let her continue on because they don't. I want to say they don't know any better, but they know better. They're all in it together basically with the ex best friend. But if I liken it to the situation at work with the guy I was in love with, I was thinking that the guy I was in love with, the friend that went towards him this year, and a couple other people might be protecting the young woman from last year that I was friends with that I thought was seeing him, and I kind of called her out on it, and she never really denied it or didn't deny it. And then I realized it's not even for me to be a part of and not even ask, so I just kind of left it alone. And her and I remained friends for like a hot minute, and then all of a sudden it got weird. And again, I reached out to them and apologized to them because it just felt like the vibe was off. But they didn't apologize for themselves, even though they took part in that vibe right along with me. And then this year, when it happened with the one that went towards the guy I was in love with, I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done apologizing for I don't know what. I'm done making excuses for people that don't want to be my friend. I'm done for making excuses for horrible people that think it's okay to treat me like shit and go be friends with the person that treated me like shit, you know? But I thought maybe that's what this was. I, but really, it just doesn't resonate. It doesn't make sense. I don't know who this is, you guys. You're gonna have to tell me if it resonates for you, because this is a little different. Like, and again, I don't really know that this person is in the wrong. I just I'm not seeing why this warrior is furious with them. Because I could even put these two together and almost like see them squaring off, see them fighting. And I mean, this is who that is. They're the same person. I don't know. I really, this one's stumping me. Other than those little nuggets of information that I heard, I'm not seeing or feeling anything else. And, I, I've told you guys before, God only tells me what he wants me to tell you, because once he tells me, I'm telling you. Like, I don't hold anything back in the reading. So, like, I'm literally not getting anything else. So maybe it's supposed to be for you guys to figure it out on your own. Maybe everybody's a little bit different. But yeah, this warrior is ticked. And again, I think they're setting the evil eye towards those four protectors, but they're pissed off. They're furious with the ward for some reason. But they're like, this person's protected. Like, when I say this person's protected, this person's protected. Whether these are actual humans or angels or a representation of God, I don't know, but interesting. I was not expecting this today. I really was not. I'm gonna do the deck of the undead next with Hattie Thorne. Um, Again, I know I said I would do Rob Barthelman on Wednesdays and Hattie Thorne on Thursdays, but it was calling to me, so it's what I'm gonna do next. But yeah, this is different. This is different. You guys will have to put it in the comments if it resonates, um, and if you feel comfortable talking about it. But I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope, if anything, you enjoyed it, you were entertained, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.